Welcome to the Talk with Clads podcast. Your host is Kadianne, an island girl on a journey with her guests to learn about their backgrounds, businesses, passions, experiences, life lessons, and wins. Come and laugh, cheer, learn, and plan with us. My friend, take some time to come and talk with Clads.
Hello, world. Welcome to Talk with Clads. My name is Kadianne, and I will be your host for today. So I wanted to do a check-in just to see how you guys are doing. We are about, 2 weeks away from the holidays, and if you are a business owner, this should actually be one of your busiest time of the year, depending on the types of services or product that you've offered. But at the same time, you have to find that balance and make sure that you're making time for your family and also for yourself. Because that's predominantly the reason why we do what we do. So how you doing, folks? How's your business doing? Is it where you expect it to be? Would you make any changes? And if you would make changes, what type of changes would you make? Right now, I can speak on my experience because, as you know, I do Footsteps to My Vision. It's a planner. It's a planner that can be used throughout the entire year. However, many people, when they start using planners, they try to they'll gift it for Christmas. I do see a lot of people buying it for to celebrate someone's promotion. So I do see businesses buying it, but I see individuals also gifting it just for celebratory purposes. Typically, sometimes with planners, you have someone purchasing it to use from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. And because Footsteps to My Vision is a 13-month planner, it's undated. You can use it anytime throughout the year for over a period of 5 years. Now is the time that we're seeing the sales go up. So for that, I'm excited because it's not even a year old as yet. The planner was actually launched, I think, in June, July. So to see the numbers going up, very, 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 very excited. So thank you so much for your support. And also thank you for your continued support. But with that, yes, the sales are going up, but also there are some frustrations, and I'll share my experience because obviously I still have a 9-to-5 and I plan to keep my 9-to-5. So just trying to find that balance along with trying to make sure that I'm spending time because I do have a little one. So sometimes you do get a little bit burnt out. And so you have to have someone around you. It could be a family member. It could be a friend. It could be a mentor. That just kind of motivates you and lifts you up when there are times when you don't feel like your best is enough. So hopefully if you're experiencing that, you have someone that you can speak with, talk to, which is the same thing as speak with, but you have someone that, you can kind of lean on. And this is my favorite time of the year, not because of the sales, because this is, hopefully for the year to come, it will be amazing. But this is my favorite time of the year because it's the time where, it's just family, represents family for me. I am Jamaican by birth. So I remember growing up, we didn't used to have the whole Christmas gifts to the scale that I see it here in the States. I think in the States, Christmas is a little bit more commercialized. But I do remember my mom, she'll buy us like maybe one toy, one for my sister, one for myself. My sister was more crafty, so my sister would get like a little Singer sewing machine. And then I would get books because I love to read. I'm very imaginative, so I used to live through books, Nancy Drew, Hardy Boys, Tom Sawyer. So I would just get lost in my books. And then, I mean, she used to give us like maybe a doll, but I mean, I don't think either myself or my sister were like really that much of a doll person. But what I remember is going to my friend's house, going to my family's house, the different food, the different fairs with the Ferris wheel, the lights. In Jamaica, you have the drink, the sorrel, the smell of the sorrel. And it's funny now because, soda is something that's so accessible here, but growing up, it really wasn't for me. So you'd get soda, believe it or not, right? Soda, which is not really good for you. You would get soda, as you hear Cameron piping in, but you would get soda as a treat. And so my mom would get the empty D&G bottles, and then she'd get a crate, and then she'd return that to the store, and then she'd get a new crate of filled sodas, and each child could get maybe one or two drink. And my mom only has two children, but I have a large extended family, and my cousins are like my siblings. They're like my, it's a little bit different culturally. Like my cousins, my big cousins, my little cousins, they're like my little sisters, big sisters. Big brother. But it was so wonderful and amazing just going over to my cousins' houses, seeing my aunt cook. They'd have ham. Because that's, Christmas is a time where you bust out the bunch of meat, meaning multiple meats, fish. In Jamaica, we have it's a black cake. And what it is it's fruits, dried fruits, like your raisins. I know people say, prune, but different types of fruits that's dried. And you soak it in rum and Jamaican Red Label wine, and you soak that for a year, right? People are soaking their fruits for years. And then Christmas time, use it to bake a cake. You put it in a cake batter, has a little bit more ingredients. I haven't really, I'm not an expertise in the baking of the cake. I get it from my cousin, Elsia, who does an amazing job at Sia's Cakes for the Jamaican cakes. But when I tell you, it's my favorite cake in the entire world next to cheesecake. And you have that black cake with your sorrel, and the sorrel is I think it's a fruit. It's red. You dry it, and then you do that also with like red wine. I don't know if you put rum in that also. Jamaican use white rum for everything. You're sick, rum. You cook, rum. Some people practice black magic or obia rum. Yeah, but it's just the sense of family. You go to church, you have your Christmas service, you're in your Sunday best. I went to church on a Sunday. I'm sure for those who went, or Adventists who went on a Saturday, I'm sure they're in their Saturday best also. And you fellowship. You knew all the Christmas carols, and I'm not here to say whether Jesus was born in December in a manger, given the weather. I'm not here to argue that, but it was about the fellowship. It was about the family. And it was about making memories, not just pulling gifts and seeing what you get for Christmas, what Santa give you, because I didn't really believe in Santa growing up. As I said, I'm Jamaican by birth. I don't remember Santa. We're on the chimney for Santa jump from. So Santa wasn't jumping from no chimney in a Kingston 20. All right? Everything grill up. So Santa couldn't come in our house because we have to protect ourselves from the thief them. But it was my mother. I'm not going to talk about the father part. If you want to hear about the father part, you listen to the first part. The very first podcast with my siblings. So it was really my mom, because she was just such a multitasker. She used to do surveys. She used to teach anything for the end of the year just for her kids. But she taught family. And my grandma, my mom, my cousins, my aunties, they get up in the morning, you get your ackee and saltfish, which is a Jamaican dish. It's actually our national dish. You get your ackee, your saltfish. Some people put red herring or ham. Those who like rundown, I'm not a big fan of rundown. My grandma loves it. And fried dumpling, and that was breakfast. Or boiled dumpling with liver, or your porridge. And you had a big breakfast. And breakfast have to serve you until dinner time, because all day dinner and cook. You keep the cake them done bake from probably a week ago or a couple days, and they're being cooled. And so everybody where you go to, everybody try a different ingredient. The cake them always taste somewhat different, some good, some not so great. But I miss that time of year. This is the time of year I actually get homesick, because I just absolutely love the island of Jamaica. If you haven't been there, visit there. I love this time of year in Jamaica. I love going with my mom to what's called Grand Market. Growing up, those are my memories. Like, all the vendors would come out and they would fill the streets and they would sell everything, and it was live music. And my mom was a strict parent, so you weren't really allowed out that much, although I used to sneak out. And you get that experience. The day it's still Jamaica, especially Kingston, which is where I'm from. But, I miss it. Miss it. Just walking around, seeing the vendors, hearing the live music, the smells of the food, and the vibe, We used to have something that's called Skateland. I think Christmas Eve, they used to have like a huge party. And so, you have your nice breakfast, walk around with your friends after breakfast from house to house because you're getting your Christmas cake. Or you go over to another family member's house if they may live close by in the neighborhood, which most cases they did for me, down the street. And then dinner, you have your dinner. And then, you kind of relax. If depending on the days, a lot of mornings, they had the Christmas church service, which my mom had to go and we had to go to. So, I don't know if I enjoyed the church service part of it as a kid, but now it's actually one of my fondest memories, just getting up and singing those harky the Christmas carols. So so when in those moments when you're thinking about business, I never once mentioned to you in my memories that what business, no business, because it wasn't about business. It was about creating memories. It wasn't about the gifts. I remember some of the gifts. I remember the books because I love books. I can't tell you the name of the doll. I only remember the sewing machine 1 year because my mom was so happy. My sister was so happy. She was so happy for that gift. But apart from that, I can't tell you all the other gifts that we got. Probably didn't get any. But I remember the memories. I remember my friends. I remember the food. I remember the drinks. And as I grew up, I remember going to the different parties in Jamaica. Be it, I can't remember none of them. I remember Gary Sherlock, all white, or let's see, can I remember some of them? I remember, is it the Frenchman's? That was a nice one. But for most of them, I can't, as you grew up, you start going to parties, and then, the older you get, the more family you have, the less travel, I guess, for me, in my case. But I do remember the island of Jamaica and the holidays and celebrating Christmas with my family, which is one of my favorite time of the year. So what's your favorite memory? And will you be passing on those memories to your children? Many people use the holiday as a time for reflection, and if they feel like what their goals are, what their dreams are, they're not where they're supposed to be, it can really have a negative impact on them, especially if they're not surrounded by loved ones. So I want you just to remember sometimes it's not so much about material things. It's about the relationships. It's about building those memories. And you know what? If you're not where you're supposed to be or where you think you're supposed to be, I mean, it's not the end. It shouldn't be the end. You gotta brush off yourself and kind of pivot and figure, hey, how can I get to where I need to be or where I want to be? But sometimes it's not material at all. That's what I'm trying to get across. All right. I've had my moments where I'm like, oh my God, this isn't what I planned. And luckily for me, I have some very supportive people around me that, say, hey, I want you to focus on the end goal and not where you are short term. So, if you are in that space, listen, if you even feel like DMing me on Instagram, please do. At Class Resources, I'll be happy to have a conversation with you. Because sometimes it's easier to talk to a stranger than a family member. All right. I was listening to this song. It's actually called Refiner. And someone had posted it on Instagram. And it's by Maverick City Music. Now, here I am plugging someone that, a group. But I just love the song. So if you ever take the time to go listen to it. Sometimes it's something that, pours into you. I love music. You hear me recall my memories and obviously music. I'm talking about the music. Hearing the music play, the drums, the rhythm. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So that doesn't sound like a good, bass tone. But you just have to be there. And the vibe and the stir it up, the real darling. All right, I'm gonna stop that. That's as much as my singing skills go. But Jamaica. So now I'm here in the U.S. and it's memories from my friend, my family, memories from my friend, and also memories from my children, and making sure that they realize that yes, mommy and daddy may work their butts off and give you nice gifts. But it shouldn't be all about the gifts. It should be about the family, the gathering, and making memories and creating memories for if you ever have children, for your spouse, for the years ahead.
Clad's Resources and Consulting values its customers. Our planner Footsteps to My Vision is a 13-month planner that can be used for 5 years. It walks you through SMART goals, SWOT analysis, action planning, and holds you accountable through 3 monthly check-ins. We work only with top quality materials, innovative designs, and verified suppliers, which are guaranteed to deliver to our high expectations because when it comes to our customer satisfaction, there's no room for compromise. Made with high-quality PU leather and paper planner helps you focus on achieving your goals by giving you a sense of personal and professional satisfaction. Some of the amazing features of this product: Vision Board Planner, luxury pen, 8GB USB flash drive, wireless mouse, ultra-elegant packaging box, available in 5 stunning colors: black, red, gold, pink, navy blue. Material: PU leather. 13-month planner. Elastic band for easy handling. Our Footsteps to My Vision is available at Amazon, Facebook, Instagram, our website, and at Walmart. You may also follow us at www.cladsresources.com, Instagram, Clads Resources, Facebook, www.facebook.com/cladsresources/.
You're listening to Talk with Clads. Find more resources online at cladsresources.com. Now back to the show with your host, Kadianne.
So this is going to be a shorter podcast because I just wanted to check in and see how everyone was doing. I know it's coming on It's coming on to the holidays. It is a lot. I don't even think I've done my Christmas shopping yet. Probably just got maybe 1 and 2 gifts. My little one, his birthday is like 5 days before Christmas, so he may feel a little bit jilted when growing up, when he gets older, because half his birthday and half his Christmas. But he's a lot easier to shop for because he's so much younger than the others. So you literally can probably go to like a dollar store or Five and Below, and he'll be very, 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 very happy with his little trinkets. So, and for him, it's just like pull wrapping paper and the experience. And but I actually like to take them to go look at the lights like the day before Christmas. So we drive. There's this one neighborhood that I live close to, and the entire community, they have, I don't know if it's a competition, but the entire community, all the houses, they decorate, and so it's so pretty. And so a lot of cars, they'll park up, they'll take their pictures. They'll walk around the neighborhood. It's free of cost, and they go all out. When I say they go all out, they go all out. I'm like, man, I don't know if FP&L will give them a discount on their bill, because these people go ridiculously out. But it's absolutely amazing. I like to take my kids. I like to take my little niecey poo so she can go and see it and share in the experience, and they're always amazed by the sight. So that's a memory I like to do with them. And then in Christmas morning, we have like a scavenger on it. Instead of them just getting up and just running to open gifts, we hide clues around the house. One clue leads to the next clue, to the next clue, to the next clue, and then it leads to like a final little gift. And I will tell you, the little kids always find the clues before the bigger kids. So I don't know if that is that the older ones are tainted, or they're so distracted by things like the cell phone, social media, but the younger ones, they're just focusing on the clues, and they know exactly where to go, when to go there, and bam, they'll probably find their all the clues within maybe 5 to 10 minutes, where the older one is it takes a lot longer. So my daughter's coming down, excited to have my daughter here. I'm sure she's happy to be independent and be a whole college student. But at the end of the day, that's my one and only daughter, not child, because I have 4. My one and only daughter. So I am excited to have her. So upcoming business wise, we are having a vision board party next week, Saturday at 7 p.m. I'm not going to release the location. If you are interested, you can send me a DM at Clad's Resources. It's going to be in Florida, somewhere in West Palm Beach, Florida. The cost is $40 US, but the cost really, it just covers the vision board kit. But we'll have hors d'oeuvres, we'll have music, but we'll fellowship, we'll network, whatever your business is, you talk about it, meet some new friends, I like to say, because I've been doing vision board parties, I think, for the last few years. I didn't get to do one when COVID hit, so maybe in 2020 I didn't do one, but the year before I did one, and the footsteps to my vision came from a vision board party where I hosted and facilitated a vision board party, and then through the process I realized that what I was using, the tool I was using, was not what I thought I wanted it to be. I thought it could be a little bit better, and my husband dared me to do it better. I did. And voila, the baby of Footsteps to My Vision, the 13-month planner that can be used for a period of 5 years, was born. So it walks you through action, setting SMART goals, because it always begins with your SMART goals, then creating an action plan, then actually taking the steps towards your goal every month. You're holding yourself accountable. It has budgeting in there. It has like an investment tracker, basically an overall thing for your finance. And then it has 3-month check-in, 6 months check-in, 9 months check-in, 12 months check-in. And guess what? We'll do it again. We attack another goal. It could be, something small to something large. Your goal is your goal. Everyone's goals are different, but that's the gist of the planner. And so I think that's why it's applicable to men, it's applicable to women. It's absolutely gorgeous, but it's also useful. So I do see a lot of businesses gifting it to someone that has been promoted into a leadership position or just a new role. I also see managers gifting it to their directors, gifting it to their managers. I see a lot of that happening, but now I've seen that I'm getting a lot of international purchases. So very excited. I think the last one I sent was Korea. I see it gone to Ghana. So let's see, gone to Colombia. So when I'm looking at those on Amazon, actually we're running a sale right now on Amazon. I think it's about 20 to 25% off on Amazon from the original purchase price. So if you were ever like, oh, the price is a little bit on the pricier side, now is a great time to go get it on Amazon. If you type in Footsteps to My Vision, you'll see all the colors. It's right now I have gold, black, blue, red, like a fire red, and that's probably the biggest seller, the fire red and the gold. Did I say red, gold, black, blue, pink? Yeah, pink for the ladies out there, or the men. We do not discriminate. But great gift, right? And what a gift that keeps on giving. So it's available on Amazon. It's available on Walmart or at Walmart. It's available on Etsy. It's available on Facebook. It's available on Insta. It's available on Clad's Resources. So great gift. So I literally just plugged the book. But I believe in it. I think it, and it's evolving. It's evolving as we grow together as a new family, because you're my new family. So will the book. So will the planner. And we have some colors coming out, different colors coming out. Should get those by the beginning of the year. So, and as I said, it's undated, so you can use it any time of the year. You don't have to use it January. You can use it February, March, April, May, June, July. Maybe even August, September, October, November, and December. You can use it the entire year. But back to the vision board party. So we are going to, everyone, we're going to go through the process. If you've ever been to a vision board party, you have, a lot of people are visual. So you visualize, and they say if you're able to visualize your goal, you're able to achieve it a lot quicker. They said Serena, or maybe it's Venus, one of the Williams sisters, before they go on to play their opponent in a tennis match, they visualize winning the match. Now, of course they practice, but they also visualize the win. And so the purpose of the vision board party is like we're visualizing, we're creating a vision for our goal ahead. We're going to organize our thoughts ahead, and we're going to do it. We're going to walk through it, and we're going to have fun while doing it. And we're going to meet new friends while doing it. Great time ahead for next week. Very excited. I've been getting a lot of RSVPs. I'm not going to make it big, because I also want it to be intimate, where we all can get to know each other and the relationships that we're building are meaningful, so that if it comes, and we'll make each other accountability partners. So if it comes 2-3 months from now, because the group is so big, you probably won't be able to remember everyone. But if it's a small enough group or a medium-sized group, then, you can say, hey, I remember her. I remember what, if the person shares, if he or she decides to share what their vision is, you say, oh, I remember that person. They said this at the thing. I'm happy to see that this person is doing what they said. So that's the point of the vision board party. If you're very interested in coming, as I said, it is a cost. It's $40, 40 US dollars, and you have to sell it to me, cash app it to me, then I'll release the details of the invite. If you're a super close person to me, you already know the address, you already RSVP. But great time. Interested, you can DM me at Clads Resources. You can send me an email at kpinard@cladsresources.com. If you DM me on Facebook or Instagram, if I don't see it, my assistant will see it, and then she'll let me know, and we'll reach out to you with next steps. And the reason why I'm not putting the address, because I don't want random. If I want to plan it for you so you enjoy the experience. The last date, if you want to RSVP to me, is Wednesday. After Wednesday, I am not taking anyone. There'll be no pop-ups, because it's a vision board party that is going to be planned. So I have to make sure the space know who is coming. So you have until December the 15th to let me know if you're coming or not, or you can DM me, and my assistant will let me know if you're coming or not, and we'll reach out to you. But after the 15th, please, not to be rude, I cannot take anyone else. And if I reach what I think my number is, which I'm pretty close, then we'll do it bigger next time. In the middle of the year, I'm planning a great brunch where I'll have different industry leaders, followed by one major speaker. I'm speaking it into fruition. But her price, I said it, kind of steep right now. But hopefully with those books selling, I can afford her by the middle of next year. And if you see me come big and be like, oh, family, I have such and such, I'm not going to call her name yet. But it's a her, because you hear me say her, but I love her. But if if you hear me say I have this speaker on, and this is going to be at our networking event, or speaker, it's going to be a brunch, I'm pretty sure, then you'll know. But stay tuned. That's the middle of the year. But family, as I said, it's a short podcast for this one. Hopefully you have your plans. You're doing your shopping if you plan to shop for Christmas, or you're cooking your celebration if you don't have family close by, because not everyone has family close by, or maybe you're traveling. You have everything kind of ironed out, and if you don't and you need someone to talk to, I'm all ears. You can DM me, I'll get it, and I'll respond back to you at Clads Resources. What else? Man, I feel like I had so much to cover, and then I was like, I'm going to do a quick short podcast, and I forgot what I was about to say. I should write my thoughts down. Upcoming guests. I know I have a great podcast with Patience from Patience with Patience, which is a play upon words. The non-for-profit Patience with Patience. But it's an amazing podcast to come about sickle cell. And a lot of us, we don't talk about it. It's something that's in the minority community. My family has it. I have the trait, but I know I have family members that have full blown. I have family members that have passed from it. So that's upcoming. And we have a few more great podcasts that's all lined up. I'm trying to plan how I'm going to get each one out within a time frame. But family, thank you so much for doing this quick chat with Kadianne. And your girl here, or some people say Kay, from Talk with Clads. And I hope that you have an amazing rest of your week. And thank you so much for taking some time to talk with Clads. Bye, guys.
Thanks for listening. Find us on social media at Clads Resources and online at www.cladsresources.com. Our planner, Footsteps to My Vision, is also located on our website or on Facebook, Instagram, or Amazon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and check back weekly for new episodes. Until next time, keep creating your footpath to your vision.